This is Baylor Bears Kickoff, brought to you by Tom's Burgers.
Going into Waco and playing an undefeated team is going to be pretty exciting for the guys and myself, just to play against a team like that.
Thursday night, and just Halloween, and just a good West Virginia team.
We're excited. Thursday night football, kicking off the second part of our season here in Waco.
Oh man, it's gonna be crazy. We want the field. It's Halloween, right? So I mean, hopefully we get to come out some masks or something,
How about a little Halloween football on the Brazos? Baylor in West Virginia, about 5 minutes from kicking off a Thursday night matchup between these two schools. Thursday nights always get a little fun, especially on Halloween. Underdog West Virginia coming in here to McLean Stadium. The Bears trying to get their first win over the Mountaineers since 2015. Now, these games do tend to go off the rails every now and then, especially the underdog having a little extra time to prepare. But luckily for the Baylor Bears, if things do go off script a little bit, they've got a guy in Charlie Brewer who burst onto the scene in this stadium 2 years ago against the same West Virginia Mountaineers. He got his first time to get some extended playing time, nearly erasing a 25-point deficit. Since then, Charlie has led the Bears to fourth quarter comebacks 5 different times. After watching him that night, his teammates and coaches not surprised at what he was able to do.
And I just think we felt like, hey, this guy's a football player, and we got to get him in the game. And so then he went to Oklahoma State and he got in a little bit more. And then finally it was just, hey, this is his time. Let's let him go play. I think the biggest thing about Charlie, as always, is that he loves to play. He doesn't let adverse conditions, adverse things affect him.
I think everyone who was there saw pretty early on what the kid's made of. So it's definitely inspiring for me to see, and it's kind of the beginning of his legacy. So 2 years later, they're back here, and hopefully we'll get it done this time.
Of course, Charlie, no stranger to West Virginia head coach Neil Brown, who recruited Charlie's brother Michael when he was a part of Tommy Tuberville's staff at Texas Tech from 2010 to 2012. The two went their separate ways, obviously, but the country roads of West Virginia have brought them back together again here tonight.
Brother played for us at Texas Tech. Michael. One of my favorite families I've ever had the opportunity to recruit.
Let's go! Let's go! Baylor quarterback Charlie Brewer is one of the latest in a long line of Brewers that dates back to his dad Robert, who quarterbacked the Longhorns in the early 1980s.
He's going to run. Look at that hole. Robert Brewer. Nobody's going to catch him.
The Brewer family is no stranger to West Virginia head coach Neil Brown.
I remember him when we recruited Michael for sure. He came to camp. We recruited him in 2010, so that's 9 years ago. He came to our camp several times.
With a familiarity that dates back to Brewer's time as a middle school quarterback, Brown is not surprised at what he's doing these days for the Bears.
He's a kid that's really probably had some pressure on him since he started playing. He was at Lake Travis, just another quarterback in that long line they've had there at Lake Travis, and was really successful there. This year he's played at a really high level, and he's played at a high level in some of their biggest games.
In limited action in 2012 with Brown, Michael Brewer had a team-leading quarterback rating of 164. Charlie's quarterback rating this year for Baylor, 163.4, second in the Big 12 Conference. A spooky resemblance and scary number for Brown and that West Virginia defense. Of course, Michael's plans at Texas Tech derailed by Tommy Tuberville and Neil Brown leaving Lubbock because of two guys named Cliff Kingsbury and Baker Mayfield coming into West Texas. But Michael went on to have a great career at Virginia Tech. Now let's go over to Coach Neil Brown's team in West Virginia. His first season taking over for Dana Holgerson, who bolted for a Group of 5 job in Houston, leaving the cupboard a little bit bare, but Coach Neil Brown, a rising star in the coaching ranks. They're going to the transfer portal this year for their quarterback position. Austin Kendall, the Oklahoma transfer, who Baylor actually saw last year for about 3 plays until Lincoln Riley decided that Kyler Murray's punishment was over. He will start this game, but they do have other quarterbacks who can play. The Bears expecting the kitchen sink from Neil Brown and that West Virginia offense.
Their offensive line has done a tremendous job of protecting their quarterback. Kendall's a veteran. He's played a lot. We know that they have some other guys that they can go in the game and play, Trey Lowe, and we're preparing for any and all of them. Dynamic young receiver that's going to be one of the best players in the Big 12 over the next couple of years in 13, James. And they do a great job of keeping you off balance with screens and all kinds of swings and verticals and really trying to, keep you off balance.
They have a lot of speed out there. They do a lot of things. They motion every play. They show you a lot of different looks. But, I mean, the key thing is just paying attention to, don't worry about, like, the motion. That doesn't matter. Just worry about playing football.
All right, real quickly before kickoff gets going, let's get to the keys to the game in this one for the Baylor Bears. Matt Rule talked about teams showing them some different things than what they've seen on tape so far this year. West Virginia coming off a bye week, probably going to throw them some things they have not seen, so be ready for that. Baylor's going to need to start fast. These Thursday night games a little bit stranger, so you want to be able to get off to a good start. That offensive line going to have to protect against that West Virginia front. That's third in the Big 12 in sacks. It's a Thursday night game on Halloween, so expect the unexpected for the Baylor Bears. Of course, we'll have you covered throughout the night right here on Fox 44. After Thursday night football, the Cardinals and the 49ers will have live post-game reaction from here at McLean Stadium. But until then, this has been Countdown to Kickoff. For Fox 44 Sports, I'm Matt Roberts.